Hi everyone, today I'm going to film my review for the Scorch trials. I'm sorry, there are going to be spoilers in this video and I can't give a synopsis because it is a sequel, which would be a spoiler in and of itself. So, bye spoiler people, but I do recommend reading this, so go read it and come back and we can talk about it. So, all you people who have read this book, I know that there are so many terrible things going on about this. Like, I read some comments on Goodreads. People slaughter this series. Like, literally, people are vicious about this series. They say it has no point, it's confusing, it's lame, it's a retelling of all other dystopian novels. I completely disagree with each and everything that I just said. It is nothing like any other dystopian novel. It is not confusing. It explains everything as thorough as it can, but since we're in we're not in first person, but since we're in third person, following a character, we're as in the dark as he is, and we discover things as he does, which is so cool to me. That is what I love. See, I hate third person. I seriously do. Like, that's one reason why I wasn't a huge fan of the Mortal Instruments. I loved it, but if it was in first person, I think it would transform it. Same with Throne of Glass. I'm gonna make a video about that someday, about how much better Throne of Glass would be if it was from first person. But I'm getting seriously off topic already. Woohoo! We're already in 1 minute and 24 seconds and I'm already off topic. Okay, let's do this. So, I've been trying to find out the right way to word this because I keep saying it out loud to myself, kind of like a weirdo. I'm just sitting there on my bed talking to myself, like, how am I gonna say this? Because I really don't know how to say it, but I think you guys will understand what I'm trying to say if you've read it. I preferred The Maze Runner, but that doesn't mean that I didn't love this. I gave this 5 million stars out of 5 stars. This is one of my new favorite series, literally of all time. Not sure it's my top 3 because Hunger Games and Percy Jackson's a thing, and Fault in Our Stars, but definitely top 5. It is so good. I do not know why people hate it. It is absolutely amazing. But here's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't as good as The Maze Runner because to me, The Maze, the problem in this is obviously the Scorch trial. What do they call it? To cross the Scorch. To me, the Scorch, like the area that they had to cross, wasn't as terrifying as The Maze. But to me, the Grievers weren't as terrifying as the Cranks. So this is the first time I've said it and it makes sense. Thank you. So The Maze Runner, to me, The Maze was a lot more intriguing and scary and edge of your seat-y in The Maze Runner. But that didn't make this any less special. Like, a lot of people were saying that this was boring, which, first of all, okay, people sometimes say The Hunger Games are boring, which I don't get because the dictionary definition of boring, I don't know what it is, but I know that it's stuff like ridiculously repetitive or absolutely nothing going on or nothing to do. So, I mean, I get it. You don't have to like The Hunger Games, but don't say stuff that isn't true. Like, it's boring. People are dying every other minute. It's full of mystery, so it's, by definition, not boring. You may not like it, but it's not boring. You may not like this, but it was not boring. They're crossing a fried terrain with crazy people tracking them. I mean, what about that is boring? So, like I was saying about how I preferred the first one because of the setting they were in, this one, even though I wasn't the hugest fan of the setting, it made up for it in rich, perfect, snip, hilarious dialogue. That's absolutely what happened. Is that, like, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain because I feel like I'm saying I like The Maze Runner better than this one, which is true, but then it isn't, because I don't want you guys to think I didn't love this one, because I did. I am now in love with this series. I seriously am. And it's nighttime, and I can't go get the third one, so as soon as I stop filming this video, sample on this thing. But, like, I really liked the new characters that were introduced. Like, George, you know, he said muchacho an awful lot, and what's that other, like, hermano or something, which kind of chapped my khakis, but doesn't matter. And then Brenda. I have a lot to say. Like, to me, I read this on Goodreads, and I do kind of agree with this, even though the people who said this didn't like the series. Teresa and Brenda are actually a lot alike in their confidence and their physical appearance, kind of. I mean, Brenda was making me laugh the whole time when she was, like, flirting with Thomas. It was so awkward because Thomas is just like, am I cheating? Or am I not? Am I cheating on Teresa? Or is this just what? This is funny because he doesn't know where he stands on Teresa's relationship scale. So he doesn't know if he's cheating on her or not. That just made me laugh because Thomas is stupid. Thomas is an airhead. We really need to get someone up there, like, he's confident and he's quick and, you know, he makes alright decisions, but he is not the smartest knife in the drawer. He's not the smartest knife in the drawer. He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But she's like flirting with him and he's just standing there and he's like, I feel guilty for doing this. Because the Teresa, he's like, do I like Teresa? Are we dating? Is this, I don't know. But the relationship tension in this one, seriously, was so intense. Like, I don't know who I ship Thomas with. It could be okay for once to have a male who doesn't get with anyone. Like this is, oh, I just now realized this. Newt and Minho, I just saw the movie again tonight, and they said Minho, or whatever, so I don't know. But Minho, like, they're alone, which is good, because finally, like, can't we just have some dude or some girl who doesn't have a relationship? I mean, that's not all that big a deal, it's variety. But I don't know who I ship him with. I absolutely was like, yeah, Teresa, blah, 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 and then the betrayal. Oh my gosh, I was sitting in my living room and I'm just sitting there like, just literally, I'm so engrossed and captivated by this story. It was just, people don't like it. I don't know why. I keep saying that, but it's true. Like, why? Why don't you like it? I mean, everyone has their own opinions, but your opinion is wrong. I'm just kidding. But, like, Brenda, I felt she wasn't exactly necessary because, like I said, she is so similar to Teresa in her confidence and physical appearance and kind of her relationship with Thomas. I mean, Teresa and Thomas's relationship is unique in the way that they used to work in Wicked together. But, I mean, just their personalities are really similar to me. So, technically, Brenda didn't have to be there. I mean, I don't care that she was there. Exactly, like, I don't care if she was there or not. But literally, an heiress. Oh my gosh. Whenever he was like, whenever these guys rescue me from the maze, I was like, there's another maze! And then it was so cool how it was swapped, like, all girls and then one boy, the exact opposite of the maze runner. That was absolutely the coolest thing ever. James Dashner is a wizard with ideas and words. He's a wizard. Seriously. Like, I don't even, like I was saying, I get really off topic in book reviews. I don't even know where to go with this. But I guess Teresa and Thomas would be my choice because I was a little bit confused on the ending of where Teresa stood. Because I know that at the beginning she's all like, don't talk to me, get out of my head, you know, whatever they're telepathying. And then she, like, sees him and, like, tries to kill him, and she, like, is like, Eris is my boyfriend. We always knew each other, and then they're, like, just standing there kissing, and then Thomas is like, okay. And he's like, I did not cheat on you. I was kissing Brenda, and that's okay. But, you know, so I just thought that was absolutely the coolest thing for the Maze Trials is that, honestly, let's just pretend that this is actually happening and that James Dashner didn't write this book and that this is actually what's happening. Wicked. That was a really good idea on Wicked's part to have the exact same thing, only opposite, to see how a single girl would function in a big group of boys. Well, how would a single boy function in a big group of girls? That was absolutely just the coolest thing. Something I love about this book and in this series is that literally every chapter leaves me hanging on to every last word. Like, these endings of these chapters are the most ridiculous thing. So I'm not allowed to say one more chapter just because I will have to finish the book if I say one more chapter, because all the endings are just like, and then he died, and then he ran. It was Teresa, and just oh my gosh, it was like, literally, the one, if I had to describe this, and I don't know if this is 2 words or if it's hyphenated, but the way to describe this is mind blow. Literally, the entire time I'm like, what? How did, they're so smart. This book is a smart series. James Dashner is a smart author. He didn't just come up with an idea and write it down. He came up with an idea and he he wrote it down and he thought about it, and you can tell that this probably took him a long time to write because it is such an intricate plot, like with who's on whose side and who's with this, you know, whatever. But, you know, the title of this too is also really menacing, the Scorch trials, just because, you know, the maze trials at the end of the Maze Runner, whatever, she's like, you successfully completed the maze trials, and I'm like, what? And then she's like, now it's time for phase 2, and I'm like, oh crap, not again. Now they have to go through all this again, and then something I actually found Paul Banana's book's review on this, because I knew that she wasn't a fan, and after I read the book, I wanted to see what she actually thought about it in depth, since I couldn't watch it because of spoilers. She is so right. This is more about the first one, but still in this one. Thomas is all weepy and about Chuck dying, which, I mean, I was too. That was horrifying. Poor little kid. And then Thomas, his only friend, kind of, he kept referring to people as only friends. Now I'm kind of getting into complaints, but, like, Newt was his only friend, and Minho was the only one he could call a friend, and I'm like, but with Chuck, he was like, he was my brother, we were best friends, I promised him. You know, I didn't feel their connections as much as I did in the movie. In the movie, you know, Thomas was like BFS with this dude, and then in the book, he's like, fine, I'll stick with you just because I have no one else. And he annoyed Thomas. Thomas openly, and everybody else, he openly said, you know, you annoy me, get away from me, stop talking, you talk too much, and all that. So in this, whenever he got all weepy and sad about Chuck, I was kind of like, not feeling it. Like, you could be sad, and I get that, and I seriously do. It's just, I didn't feel like that was developed properly, their relationship, but I still loved it. But Newt is still my favorite character. He's just so sassy, and he's hilarious to me because he keeps referring to girls as Thomas's girlfriend, you know, which is just so catty and hilarious to do. And seriously though, this is absolutely one of my new favorite series. It seriously is. Since I said my top 3 series or books or whatever was The Hunger Games, Percy Jackson, and Fault in Our Stars, if I eliminate The Fault in Our Stars because it's a standalone, not a series, then this is on my top 3 series. It absolutely just mind-blowing, and I absolutely cannot wait for the next one, and I am going to read the sample and get the book tomorrow. So that was my review. I'd love to hear your input down in the comments. If you liked it, I'd love to hear what you didn't like, what you did like, how you liked the first one, because I didn't get any comments on my first one. Also, like, subscribe, comment, please. I love comments. Comment, please. And I'm almost to 100 subscribers, so help me there, because I'm going to throw a little celebration video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!